I've said it a million times. I think AI is stupid. In my opinion, I don't think AI is the future of content creation. I think a lot of people just ride that bandwagon just so they can get clicks and views from little kids everywhere. Now, I like to mess with AI. I go into like the character app sometimes and I try and just mess around to see what kind of hijinks I can get up to with my friends. But that's really the extent of it. I've never really used it for thumbnail creating or creating scripts or anything like that, since all my stuff is unscripted. I kind of just talk from the heart because I think that's way more valuable than reading it from a script. Now, the reason I'm talking about this today is because of MrBeast. Now, I don't really talk about MrBeast that often. I kind of stick away from him just because it's pretty much low-hanging fruit. I don't really like to take the easy way when it comes to talking about big name people, especially someone like MrBeast, who's pretty much the #1 YouTube creator. But the only reason I'm talking about it now is because of his new controversy, which had to do with AI thumbnail generators. And just a few days later after he released it, he took it down and he replaced it for a page for commissioning thumbnail artists. Now, thumbnails are probably the most crucial part of content creating. I figured if you don't have a really hook, line and sinker thumbnail, then your channel's gonna stink. I don't really care. I kind of just go with the flow with what I'm thinking about. If I talk about a certain topic, I kind of just find an image that just relates to it so people know what I'm talking about. But I stick away from AI as much as I can because most of the time it's all kids stuff. And no, surprise, surprise, MrBeast is a kids content creator for the most part. And his thumbnails are all AI. I don't think there's a single one where it's just a regular picture of him doing something else. Like, look, look at this. I'm on his channel right now, and you can just tell that these are all the same, his same pictures if he has one, or it's just a really, really high resolution AI picture, and there's just a bunch of AI images behind it. And you know what? It worked. That's because kids pretty much run the platform. I said it 1,000 times before, but it's not just him. It's every kid's content creator. If you go on the trending page, like look at this one. These, like all the kids ones are basically building secret rooms. Like here's another one. And it's always just the same picture with them covering their mouth like, shh, it's a secret, no one knows. And then there's like the Fortnite logo in the background. It's honestly the most laziest, low effort stuff you could possibly do. And I think that's kind of what's ruining kids. Personally, the AI stuff is just really dumb. These types of videos that are meant for kids kind of just stunts their growth in my opinion. I don't see the appeal in it. Like every time I work, I always see a bunch of people sticking their iPads in front of their kids and they put on a video where this person's, I don't know, building a fucking Walmart inside of his backyard and he's using it to play Fortnite or something. I don't know. But you would think for someone of MrBeast's net worth that he could offer so many more jobs to people like in his team. I think there's like a bunch of controversy going on where people don't really want to work for him. Like there's so much happening. It's almost a company at that point, like a high level, multi-level company of management. You have to go through this stuff. You have to talk to these guys and they talk to those guys and they go to him. But there was never really anything for people who made thumbnails. It's just people who worked on the AI stuff and they just put that as a thumbnail. Now, I, experimented a little bit in the past with thumbnail art. It was just really hard and I couldn't crack it. But the people who do make it are very, very talented. I would think that if you had a resume for your art stuff and you said that you did an art thumbnail, like you did thumbnails for MrBeast at one point, that'd probably be the best way for you to kickstart your career. That's like a good reference right there. I get it because AI is free, that people just take the easy way out, but you have to look in the other thing. People who are trying to do what they love to do, like art, for example, is really, really hard. There's a lot of people trying to get their foot in the door, like people on Twitch specifically. There's a lot of different art streamers and a lot of them are like 1, 2 views, 0 views even, because there's so many of them and they're trying super hard to get their foot in the door for everything that they want to create. And it takes a lot of time and man hours. That's why it's called painting. You need to have the pain to make the thing. And I also do art. I love art. I think it's really fun. I don't see myself becoming a professional artist one of these days, but I like to experiment with it. I like to have fun with it. And when I see people using AI to make all these different masterpieces for all these different things. It's looks really horrible because all the people who work hard, like me, say for example, who maybe puts hours and hours on top of making a drawing or something like that, can get discouraged a bit because they see people just using AI to make something that looks a lot better, and that really just makes people not want to try if they're feeling insignificant or inferior to it. It was honestly a scummy move for him to do this, in my opinion. I think this is like his, I don't know how many times he's been in a controversy so far, but it just goes to show you that not everything is what it is on the surface. There is some problems with people. He's not the most perfect person in the world. He's far from it. And I personally think influencers should use their power to, promote people who are trying to do stuff creative wise, because like those low level content creators want to be where they want to be. They want to be at the top. They want to make all the money that maybe like MrBeast has, but that's probably not going to happen. And it's costing a lot of people jobs. I think because like of how revenue is going on in the creator sphere in terms of YouTube and Twitch, not everyone can afford like a thumbnail artist at this point because AI is free, and a lot of companies would rather save a quick buck rather than pay a few dollars to have something created for them because it's cheaper. And it's all about money at the end of the day. But it's dumb. I don't really see why he made this, and it was just so funny to see how fast he took it down. It's bad. But other than that though, that's pretty much it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about this. And hey, you know what? If you're a thumbnail artist, put your bio or something in the comments. I'll give you free publicity. Put your thing down and then link it to your channel, do whatever, because I think you all deserve more than you're credited. So yeah, on that though, thanks for watching, hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.